There are creatures in the world that have been discovered by a few people but have not been proven to exist. We call these creatures unidentified mysterious animals, or UMA for short. Hello everyone, welcome to the UMA video series. This time we will share with you a large unknown creature from Kenya, the dingonek, also known as the jungle walrus. It is a mysterious lake-dwelling creature that is between 14 and 15 feet long, with a head as big as a lion, a pair of long white fangs on the upper jaw, a back as wide as a hippopotamus, and scales like an armadillo. And the color of the scales is like the stripes on a leopard. The tail is fin-shaped, but abnormally wide. Since half of the body of the creature was underwater when it was witnessed, there is no description of its limbs. It is only known that it was found around the place where it was witnessed, as big as a hippopotamus. The above description of the creature comes from the memoir Closed Territory, written by African big game hunter Edgar Chern Bronson in 1910. However, in fact, Bronson never actually saw this creature. The book introduces another big game hunter, John Alfred Jordan, and his hunting team, who went hunting near Lake Victoria in southwestern Kenya in 1907 and planned to see this creature. At that time, Jordan's Lumbwa followers found the creature by the river. It was frightened by the approach of people and jumped into the river. People described it as a combination of a sea snake, a leopard, and a whale. Half an hour later, the creature was exposed to the surface of the water again. This time, Jordan saw its true appearance. It was indeed as the Lumbwa people said. It was a large beast he had never seen before, with a head as big as a lioness and two white fangs like a walrus. Its shaped tail swung slowly, allowing it to maintain balance in the fast-flowing water. Jordan described its fangs as being strong enough to pierce an adult, and fearing that the creature would see him, he decided to strike first. He fired a shot at it with a .303 rifle, and then saw the creature jump out of the water. In panic, Jordan and others quickly fled deep into the bushes, but the beast did not seem to catch up. Since then, he never saw the creature again. Bronson also asked Jordan's other hunting team members and got almost the same eyewitness description. He met Jordan on a safari in 1909 and learned the story of the creature. Jordan, as the person involved, published his experience in the Globe magazine in 1917. According to him, the local Dorobo and Lumbwa people called this creature dingonek. In addition, in the book, Bronson also mentioned he had traveled to Uganda to meet animal collector James Martin, who told him that the locals worshipped a reptile that resembled a giant water snake. They believed that the appearance of this creature foreshadowed a good harvest and a large number of cattle and sheep in the coming year. Here is a story about James Martin. James Martin, whose original name was Antonio Martini, a Maltese, was one of the first white people to reach Lake Victoria as a pioneering explorer. He had enough experience to extract the truth from people's exaggerated accounts. His words were still very credible. According to Bronson, James Martin had seen the creature with his own eyes. Another eyewitness account came from Charles William Hobley, a British colonial administrator in Kenya. In 1913, he published an article in the Journal of the Uganda Natural History Society in East Africa, in which he mentioned an eyewitness report he received that someone had seen a beast at high tide in the Mara River. Riding a large log down the river, the creature was about 16 feet long, but its tail was submerged in the water, so its exact length could not be determined. It was described as a creature that looked like a giant otter, covered in scales and had leopard-like spots, the only difference being that there were no white fangs as described by Jordan. The man shot the creature, causing it to slide off the log and disappear into the water. These are all the sightings of this creature. According to Jordan, the first witness killing dingonek was considered taboo in the local tribe, so it is very likely that this creature still lives in a corner of the river. So does this mysterious, strange beast really exist? First of all, huge fangs. Combined with the spotted pattern, the first thing that comes to mind is that this may be a saber-toothed cat. French cryptozoologist Bernard Heuvermans agrees with this view, and believes that the so-called dinganek is actually a water louse creature. Water louse refers to the surviving species of the saber-toothed cat subfamily that have adapted to an amphibious life. These include wild animals such as water leopards, water crickets, and dreaded mammals. The only elusive thing is the description of dingoneke having scales. Heuvelmans believes that this may be an illusion caused by the mammal's fur being wetted by water and condensed into clumps. This speculation was recorded in his book, Still Unknown African Cats, and the eyewitness Jordan did not deny this possibility. In fact, there has always been a legend about this creature in Lake Victoria. In the tributary Maasai River basin, the local Maasai people call it umana or omana, which is usually described as about 15 feet long, with a dog-like head, small ears, and a bulging belly, venomous snakes with claws, short legs, and short necks. It often lies on the beach by the river to bask in the sun. When disturbed, it will slip into the water to escape. When in the water, only its head can be seen. Based on this statement, wildlife biologist James Powell went to Kenya for an investigation in 1978. But the locals described it as a rare reptile, the giant pangolin, and the name Omana means lizard in the Maasai language, so this statement needs to be verified. In the basin of another tributary, the Tana River, almost everyone in the local area calls this creature Ndamadia. Often described as a hybrid of a crocodile, snake, and dragon, with a bushy tail, the reptile plays an important role in the religion and rituals of hangar visitors. Some people also tend to associate dinganek with another unknown creature, the Lake Victoria monster Lukwata. Charles William Hobley once described the Wasoga from ancient times among the Baganda Kavirondo and the Bantu tribes in the east. Often described as a hybrid of a crocodile, snake, and dragon, with a bushy tail, the reptile plays an important role in the religion and rituals of hangar visitors. Some people also tend to associate dinganek with another unknown creature, the Lake Victoria monster Lukwata. Charles William Hobley once described the Wasoga from ancient times among the Baganda Kavirondo and the Bantu tribes in the east. I think it is more similar to the kelp that appeared in the forest swamps of the Wahun district in Lofa County, Liberia in 1988. The creature was described as being 15 to 20 feet long, with a thick armor-like plating on its back with a distinct brown-black pattern, and even a row of serrated spikes extending from its back to its tail. Its teeth were very large. These features are closer to dinganek, but unfortunately, the witness Samuel Kamo killed it with a shotgun and shared it with the villagers. In addition, it is very old, so there is no key evidence left. So is it possible that this is a separate species? British historian and geologist George William Stowe collected many little-known ancient murals during his travels, among which this rock painting of the Buksu people comes from a cave in the Brakfontein Mountains in South Africa. We can see that a walrus-like creature is depicted in the lower left corner of the painting, covered with spots. Unlike walruses, it has a long tail and is much larger than ordinary deer. The true age of this rock painting cannot be traced back. It may be several centuries ago or even longer. We can find corresponding entities of the other creatures in the picture, such as snakes, porcupines, and antelopes. Only this walrus-like beast is not similar to any of the defined species. The walruses we know of are all distributed in the Arctic region, which is very different from the climate and environment of South Africa, so I don't think this is a creature of the walrus family. In summary, the author believes that the possibility of dinganek's existence is relatively high. Although there is only one detailed sighting recorded, the descriptions of Omana and Kumbwe come from some elder hunters in the tribe, and they all said that this creature was very common in the past, but now it is very rare. I think it is very likely that this is a successfully evolved saber-toothed reptile that survived in the excellent ecological environment of the African rainforest. In any case, there has been no news of sightings of this creature since 1907. Maybe Jordan shot the last one. Here, the author calls on everyone to believe that wild animals are an important part of the natural ecosystem, and protecting wild animal resources is related to human survival and development. Let's start with you and me, not eating rotten food, not buying and selling, and not hunting. Let's work together to protect ecological civilization and maintain a harmonious relationship between man and nature. Finally, the unknown is always greater than the known. This video ends here. Thank you for watching.